Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is Ryan and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. I'm not gonna waste your time, I'll get right to it. The title of this video is partially a joke. At the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, is perfectly fine. It's harmless. It's funny as hell. And most certainly, this game's mere existence is only a good thing. It's a truly brilliant marketing move by Behavior Interactive, the developer and publisher of Dead by Daylight. It most certainly got its hooks into me. I'm absolutely going to buy and pick up and play the game and absolutely live stream it. It will be fun as hell. I'm also very happy for the developers. Psyop, these are the same guys who made the Colonel Sanders dating sim for KFC. That was hilarious. They're genuinely good developers, and I'm so happy to see them getting more work and getting more exposure. And with all of that out of the way, what is it about Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim that has me so fired up and so passionate enough to make this video and declare that this game apparently has a problem of some sort? What is it about this game that has me riled up? It's the game's wasted potential. How they didn't go all the way with the bit. They didn't follow through with the joke. They didn't fully commit. They chickened out. They made it all the way to the finish line, but never crossed it. What am I alluding to? What am I painfully drawing out in the name of suspense? What is the actual fucking point of this video? The game doesn't have sex scenes. No, I'm being serious. This isn't a shit post. This isn't a joke. I am legit perturbed that the game doesn't have sex scenes. Now you're probably going, oh my god, this guy's crazy, he's a lunatic, this is some major Coomer energy right here. But if you'll afford me a few minutes, allow me to explain. I am not horny on main. Ask any of my longtime subscribers who have been watching my content and gotten to know me over the years. I don't find cartoons attractive. I'm sorry, weeaboos, but real women are just objectively better than fictional ones. Top that off with, I don't watch pornography for recreational use. Being 100% honest here, not bullshitting you, I do have to watch it for research purposes. I mean that, unironically. Just check out my content and coverage of the video game Subverse and you'll understand what I mean. So this video is not coming from a place of, oh man, I really want to watch these video game characters fuck hard. How dare the developers not give me more material to wank over, blah blah blah. That is not the premise of this video whatsoever. Like I said earlier, my issue is the wasted potential. Because, and I really mean this isn't a joke, Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, had the potential to push the gaming industry, both the mainline and independent side of it, towards more sex positivity and acceptance. Let's be real here, let's be truly honest with ourselves and each other. There is simply an absurd amount of hypocrisy in our entertainment industries. It's not just video games. There's an absurd amount of hypocrisy when it comes to violence and sex. Blood, gore, dismemberment, violent deaths, both over the top and hyper-realistic. Yeah, A-okay, no big deal. It's just a video game, it's not real, and besides, it's rated M for mature, it's directed at adults. This is totally normal, everyday life, nothing to see here. But, God forbid, there is a nipple, or a penis, or a vagina on screen, or even worse, what if they touch each other? Oh god, the horror! We've gone too far. We've crossed a line. We can't have that in our media. We can't have that in our entertainment. We can't have that in our stories and storytelling. Do I even need to point out the issue here? The blatant hypocrisy on display. We can see fictional characters die in a million different creative and brutal ways. But if they start bonking, oh, that's a big no-no. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you truly realize and comprehend just how rare sex scenes are in video games. BioWare with Mass Effect and Dragon Age, CD Projekt Red with the Witcher games, Sony Santa Monica with the original God of War trilogy, and Ubisoft with Far Cry 3. These games, with their adult content, with their sex scenes, are exceptions to the rule. Seriously, take a trip down Google and Wikipedia, look at the history of video games, and you'll see. The overwhelming majority of AAA, AA, and indie games throughout the decades actively avoid depicting sex. Even if the game is rated M for mature, tackles adult themes and subjects, is incredibly violent, some M-rated video games will have nudity here and there, but that's also a rarity. What I'm getting at here: although video games have most certainly matured as an art form, but when it comes to depicting adult content, such as sex, gaming is still way behind on the times. At least compared to every other storytelling medium, whether it's books, television, movies, etc. All of these mediums have no problem depicting graphic, realistic sex scenes. But the video game industry, unfortunately, sex is mostly relegated to independent porn games. Again, the hypocrisy. Sex is taboo, but blood, gore, extreme violence, that's okay. It boggles the mind. How is sex too much? How is sex the thing that crosses the line? But dismemberment, torture, intestines just going flying everywhere, that's fine. Adults, they can handle that no problem, but if a penis goes anywhere near a vagina, banned, blocked, delisted, lawsuits even sometimes. Huge media uproar. But why? It's just sex. We're human beings. We have sex. Our species exists because we have sex with each other. It's one of the many ways a human being can show affection for another. Why is that taboo? Why is that the thing that we must avoid at all cost depicting in our stories? With all that being said, maybe you're starting to get a better idea of where I'm coming from and why I'm so disappointed at the wasted potential of the Dead by Daylight dating sim. Dead by Daylight is a mainstream franchise. Even people who don't play video games know what Dead by Daylight is. So imagine the impact this game could have had. Imagine the precedent it would have set. The good it could have done for sex positivity and acceptance. Consider the hypothetical. Oh, Behavior Interactive is using their original IP, the fictional characters that they own, and depicting them in graphic sexual acts via in-house published content? It would open the floodgates for so many developers and publishers to go, oh, we can put sex in our games. It's okay. I mean, Behavior Interactive did it with Dead by Daylight. Again, let's be honest here. Let's be realistic. Would there be any major backlash to this? Having sex scenes in the Dead by Daylight dating sim? No, there really wouldn't. Sure, there would be a small amount of people that would complain or be offended in some way via mental gymnastics. The overwhelming majority of consumers and just the community in general would be extremely accepting of this creative decision. If anything, it would make more people buy the fucking game! So, everything I've talked about so far concerns my primary issue and what I consider to be the most important topic of discussion. However, there is one other side to this, and that's the comedian in me. Now, I am not a professional comedian by any means whatsoever, but I do appreciate a good joke. I do love comedy. And I think it's a fair assumption to make that all of you do as well. Which is why I ask of PsyOp and Behavior Interactive, why didn't you commit to the joke? Why did you chicken out at the end? Look at the community's reactions to the announcement and launch of the game. Alexinator9000 writes, "This is a first. Game developers seeing how down bad certain members of the community are and embracing it rather than running away at mock speed." Harut writes, "The Dead by Daylight team knows exactly what their player base wants." And Soap writes, "Damn man, they really doing whatever they want now that they're independent, and I'm 100% for it." Well, would you look at that? The online community is praising a developer for embracing internet culture and memes and Rule 34, let's be honest. The people love that you made a joke game, that you're having fun, that you made a product, you made a piece of art from a place of, yeah, this would be fun. This would be entertaining to make. Let's do it. It didn't come from a place of cynicism and corporate greed. PsyOp, Behavior Interactive, you obviously get the joke. You're in on the joke. You understand the meme. You understand the online community culture of romanticizing over and sexualizing fictional characters. Let's not beat around the bush here. Full transparency. Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. This exists because of Dead by Daylight fan art and Dead by Daylight Rule 34. That's why this game exists. So why didn't you go all in? Why didn't you commit? You're completely independent. No irrational boomer was going to spring from the shadows of a bigger corporation and try and shut you down and stop what you were doing. You had full creative control, and yet you didn't go all the way. The joke, the thing that makes this dating sim funny, is that people, ironically and unironically, want to bang these fictional villains, these killers. It's dark comedy. Go all in. You could have done some wild shit with the sex scenes. You could have made them funny. Part of the joke. Lean into it. For example, the spirit. She has glass sticking out of her and levitating appendages. Oh my god, you could have done so much funny shit with that. The Huntress. You could have made her into an uber-aggressive dom or a sweet little sub, and it would have been funny as fuck. You could have done some creative shit with that. You could have a whole joke about how the trapper just refuses to take off his mask during sex. And the Wraith? Well, honestly, I don't know enough about the Wraith, but I'm sure they could have done something funny. Creative sex scenes with these ridiculous fictional characters could have enhanced the comedy, enhanced the punchline. Turn a joke from, this is ridiculous too. Oh my god, this is fucking hilarious. This is insane. What the fuck? Basically, I'm calling you out, you cowards. But not all hope is lost. There's still time. You can update the game. It's a top seller on Steam, so I know you're making your money back. Patching in sex scenes, having a sex scene update, a uncensored patch or uncensored DLC, something like that, is absolutely possible. I'm just saying, it's free money and exposure right there, just waiting for you to grab it by the ass. Consensually, of course. Alright, so what's the overall summary here? What's the TLDR, TLDW? We should be encouraging more video game developers and publishers to push sex positivity and acceptance. These are rated M for mature video games. They are made for adults. You are allowed to have adult activities, aka sex, in your product, in your art, in your stories. Sex is so much more than recreational gratification. I'm being 100% serious when I say sex can be an excellent storytelling mechanic for character development. Whether a character is a dom, a sub, or a switch during sex can say a lot about a person, how much they respect and pleasure their partner, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but who comes first? These are totally normal human activities and acts and can be used for exploring characters, developing characters. There is just so much untapped potential for using sex in storytelling. It's why I promote and champion video games like Subverse and Future Fragments. And I know I haven't brought this game up on the channel yet, but Lust from Beyond. I promote and champion most of these games because they send a message of, you can create a quality product, a genuine-ass video game, and legitimately tell a story with copious amounts of sex, and have it integrated into the story and gameplay, and have it all make sense and be cohesive. We can have experiences like that. We should have more experiences like that. Even though they're not 100% my thing, if I'm being honest with you, sex is still, nonetheless, an important part of the adult human experience that is needlessly shunned. And it's about time that companies, businessmen, artists, all of us really, grow the fuck up. Anyways, PSYOP, Behavior Interactive. Add sex scenes to Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, you cowards. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, then please hit the like button and share the video on social media, Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me, please consider subscribing, making a donation via YouTube Super Thanks, or clicking the link to my Buy Me a Coffee in the description down below. Anyways, once again, this has been a video. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later. Add sex scenes, you cowards!